start in about your condo project.
I'll keep it short.
No, and then we'll roll into kind of one of the things that one of the big hurdles you're probably having is interest rates.
High interest rate climate.
Yeah,
Well, we're trying to promote you, so we definitely want to.
But also we need to educate people about money during this segment. So this totally does. So yeah, ready? Three. Okay. Oh wait, hang on, I gotta turn. Oh, see, it already turned back on. We didn't say anything stupid, right? Okay, good.
You did.
It'll be on there.
All right.
Hello, Austin, Texas. You're listening to the Home Team with Troy and Wyatt, where we bring sports and money together for your education and entertainment. If you have any questions about anything we say today, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And as always, this segment is brought to you by Security National Mortgage, where we turn houses into homes by financing
your
American
dream.
Hey, 2 times a day. You got it right.
Yeah, I just have to pay attention from her on out.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I start researching a little bit, getting ahead of sports because I know you're going to tag me with something. But anyway,
and that's another thing too, because you need to be prepared since you are the complaint department on the Facebook. Right, and that is the Home Team 512.
Yeah. So if you want to complain about what Troy says, I can answer for you.
Yes, and that is why it's major responsibility. So I think we've had a great couple of segments because we've talked about something that is near and dear to this program, which is living in Austin.
Right.
And we've talked for weeks about how hard it is right now, and that inventory is the biggest problem we have in Austin.
And we're born and raised Austinites. Wesley's born and raised Austinite. You went to Cedar Park, right?
Yes, Cedar Park High School.
Ooh.
Where Westwood, you were
Pflugerville.
That's right.
Yeah. See, I'm from there. I can.
And they got here as quick as he could.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I moved to Austin in 2009.
2009. So
I've seen a lot of change. I can't imagine what you guys have seen.
Oh, since 2009, there's been a lot.
I know. It's original Austinite, my goodness.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. And so we talked about Jonathan and Wesley with Cerca at the Domains, who created a great living place for people. Great condo regime. I'm saying that just to be silly. I don't know why. But it's 4 unit, 12 building, 4 units that totals up the whole deal. It's a great price point. I don't think we in the last segment just mentioned how amazing the price point really is, but it's it's in the 4s, right? You're getting something in the 4s, and that there's not a lot of places that you can say that has upgraded luxury remodels and the 4s, because right now that's normally a $550, $600 plus.
And you need to look at the location.
Yeah, it's by the Domain, guys.
It's a little cul-de-sac too. It's a little private, cove.
Yeah.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah, I'm a Northie, and I know how important the Domain area is.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wesley's a Northie too.
Right.
Growing up in Cedar Park.
Yeah.
But down south shortly after.
So be honest. When y'all found this spot at the Domain, you were excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jonathan
had to sell me on a little bit because I converted.
Yeah, because you were a Southie.
Yes.
You become a Southie. It's amazing.
I'm a believer now.
Yeah.
And one time y'all did another development. What was that?
We did Zilker Flats. It's a half mile from Zilker Park.
Yeah, those are phenomenal.
Flew off the shelf.
Yeah. So, tried and true. Yeah. I would definitely check them out again. CercaDomain.com.
Yeah, and if you want to email them, it's sales@cercadomain.com. But so Jonathan, tell me, what's kind of the biggest hurdle you're having right now?
Look, we've all. You can't turn on the TV or turn on the radio and not hear about high interest rates. The Fed's raising rates here, raising rates there, and that's internally kind of pushing mortgage rates into somewhat of an uncomfortable area for people, right? And it kind of putting people on the sidelines at the moment. And so we realized that, and what we did was we got our preferred lender together, and we said, what can we do to battle these high interest rates? And what we came up with was a loan buy-down product. And that's not just specific to our project. There's you can do loan buy-downs all over the country, I'm sure. But what we're able to do is to get owner occupants, people who want to make it a primary residence, we can get them into a loan buy-down, which will significantly decrease their interest rate, which in turn significantly decreases their monthly payment. Everyone's looking for their monthly payment to be less, right? So for the first couple of years of their loan, we can get into a loan buy-down. We, the seller, it's not free, right? The seller will pay up to $10,000 for you to get into a loan buy-down. And this product, again, it's not free. This is a seller incentive. It will significantly decrease your monthly payment and your interest rate for the first few years of your loan. And then when, I'm not saying if, but when interest rates do come down in the next year or two, you can refinance out of that loan buy down. Our preferred lender will refinance it for free, and you can refinance into a longer term loan when the interest rates come down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean the 3-2-1, the 2-1, the 1-1-1-0 buy downs are great programs right now because the economy it's an enigma right now. Let's make no mistake, is that it should be doing way worse than it is with everything that's happened in the last 8 months, but it's not. It's holding on. People are still spending, everything else. But at every point, all great things must end, and we're very close to that. It's going to be a short term. We've talked about this. It's going to be, well, nobody knows. The data suggests. Let me rephrase that.
Wait, are y'all data or data guys?
Oh yeah.
I'm a data.
Data? Yeah, me too. Everybody says data, it throws me off.
Yeah, I'm data.
Are you data or data, Wesley?
I gotta side with data on this.
You're data?
Yeah, I'm older.
Is that what it is?
It's an age
Data?
thing. Yes.
So, okay, I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
it's harassment, not harassment. And
Okay.
it's data,
It's
not
data.
data. That's
Okay.
just an
Fair
age
enough.
thing.
All right.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's an age thing.
All right, fair enough.
But suggests. What did I say? Data or data?
You said data.
Data. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I'm like, what?
I thought you were about to come out and say
Yeah,
data.
I was
That'd be
like,
great.
that
That'd be
wouldn't sound right. That the first quarter is when the soft landing or whatever happens is gonna take
Or
place.
no landing.
Yeah, or
Is it-
or
yes.
whatever. It's when things are gonna change. All the data suggests.
And you said
it's gonna be
ambiguous,
first
did you
quarter.
not? That's a great word.
Yes.
It's very ambiguous.
Yes, because everything kind of honestly, theoretically, it should have happened already. But there was just so much money in this economy still being pushed out that it just did.
Well, nobody spent anything during COVID. They stayed at home, right?
Yeah, and they did. It's really weird. So, but that when that happens, plus next year's an election year. It doesn't matter which your political affiliation is. An election years always have a positive effect on mortgage rates, and so that's a good thing for the that. So that's kind of where the data suggests is that next year by second quarter the Fed will start lowering the rate, which will then immediately drive down the mortgages. And looking at, I have people I have 50 something people pre-approved by a home, but they're pre-approved for 400. Not 500, or because of the rates, But if the rate was a point and a half lower, they could buy a $500,000 house.
And they got a buy down.
And things like that. Well, you can't qualify them on buy downs. That was 2008. We
Oh,
don't
yeah.
do that anymore.
The wild west. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Was 2008 bad? I don't remember. What happened in 2008?
It's really hard for me to not say that it wasn't mortgage related, but it wasn't mortgage driven, but it was. 2008 collapse was mortgage driven. Yes.
But okay, I won't go into that one. I won't go into that one.
And so that's a great thing, and like I said, so you get a 2-1, and so you have a low rate for 2 years, or you get a 3-1, you have a low rate for 3 years, and by that time, if you do refinance, that unused prepaid interest is applied towards your payoff. So if you have $14,000 or $10,000 in an account, you use $4,000 the first year, and you refinance in the second year, that $6,000 is not wasted. It goes towards your payoff, and it lowers your payoff in a refinance. So it's not wasted at all. So it's the buy down's a great program right now.
And if people are wondering what those interest rates actually are, we're getting people in the low threes.
Yeah.
Low 3%
Yeah.
interest rate.
Yeah.
Well, we did have some crazy news though.
Yeah. Only the second time ever. Ever.
I hate those kind of records. I don't like
Ever
those records.
is
The hottest ever. I don't like all these news.
second time ever
Yeah.
the U.S. debt was downgraded. The first time was in 2011. Good news, bad news. Good news, thought, direction, data suggests is that after 2011, we had a 10-year run of great economy, right? Rates, everything was really good after that. Bad news is that one of the reasons we were downgraded is because there's such a political strife. It wasn't really so much, it's basically that they don't feel that the governments, we have 2 of them apparently, can get together and do what needs to be done to fix it right now.
Right.
So, so that's new. So it's another hurdle we have to figure out.
Is that new? Is that really new?
Well, it's new that someone pointed it out on a global level.
Okay.
We've been saying it here locally, like you guys are all idiots, but
Right.
so that is new, and so that's something that I think that because normally, right after some bad news for the economy, the mortgage bonds get better, right? They just shoot right up. Well, this came out, you know, and then the next day, the mortgage bonds actually got worse, which was completely unexpected. And so then you have to really dig into it. You dig into the data, and you find out that one of the downgrades was because they don't think that the U.S. government right now can fix the problem, that's not what they said. They don't think they are willing to fix the problem, is what they said.
Right.
So, so that really scared a lot of people away from mortgage bonds, which was unexpected.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're not looking at the mortgage rates going down. So a buy down is actually a really beneficial thing.
Yes.
Right
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, at some point you don't have a choice, you know,
Right.
and that's suggested it's sometime around the end of the first quarter next year.
Wow.
So it sounds, it's like every time I say this, I always feel like people feel like I'm giving bad news.
Well,
But
the room got real
I
quiet.
know.
I mean, but the thing is, honestly, and to circle back around, is that this has to happen for it to correct itself.
Right.
And the quicker it happens, the faster we get back to correcting. So bring it on.
Yeah.
Let me take my lumps and let's go. Let's do this.
I mean, and this is, you know, we had such an amazing 2020 and 2021 that, you know, you have to have an equal and opposite reaction to pretty much everything. I mean, that's, is that Newton? Or, yeah, that's Newton's law, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to agree with you.
Yeah. I'm gonna might have to Google that because
it depends.
somebody will point that out on me.
It depends if you're talking about data or data.
Right.
That's just saying.
You know, and so we're kind of in that opposite reaction point of from 2021 and 2021, and so you know we'll run through this and get through it just like everything else. And it's funny, if you look at the mortgage history, mortgage rate kind of concept in history, it's a very steady line of results.
Right.
But it's this amazing high and terrible low and amazing high and terrible low. But the results are just they trend up just like the stock market.
Well, it's definitely changing. People are buying houses.
Mm-hmm.
Mortgage rates they're kind of staying steady a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're high, but like you said, you can refinance because it will change.
Yeah, we're still below the national or the last 20-year trend average,
Right.
which they feel high, but they're not.
It's a
But
good time. It's a good time to buy a house.
And-
Weirdly enough, it's still a good time to buy a house.
Yeah,
In
and
Austin, 100%.
yeah, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, it's the best time to buy a house. Hey, everyone, you've been listening to The Home Team with Troy and White. We hope you've enjoyed what you've heard. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at loansfromtroy.com or give me a call at 855-299-HOME. And this segment was brought to you by Security National Mortgage. See you in just a minute. I gave him a segment, or a couple seconds, and